They are an impressive hockey team, the way they play. And then you got the Oilers, I think upsetting Dallas. That surprises me. Feels like Dallas is a much more complete team than Edmonton. All three zones in net, the whole thing. We all know how we feel about the Edmonton goaltending, Mazz.
Yep, he blows.
Now here they are in the Stanley Cup Final. Edmonton, Florida Stanley Cup Final. Murray, your thoughts?
I can't wait for it. And I got in an legit argument with my dopey friends on our usual text chain last night. They were poo-pooing this thing, saying, "Oh, I'd hate to be the NHL executives. They got to be hating that this is Florida and Edmonton." I'm like, you idiots. They don't care. At least the NHL is self-aware. I don't think they're trying to get the casual mom fan to tune into their product at this point. They know what they are. They know they're a niche sport. So for hockey fans, this is the best possible outcome for the final. Edmonton Oilers with the face of the league, a Canadian team, so you have all the hat of North America, collectively rooting for the first Stanley Cup in 30-plus years in that country, again with Connor McDavid. And Florida, for any hockey fan, love them or hate them, they play the game the right way. And you know it deep down, Bruins fans. If this is your team, you would be pants off every single night watching this team. I kind of am, even though they've beat the Bruins in the postseason the last couple of years. They're awesome and kind of borderline filthy. They're great. So I can't wait for this thing. Anyone that thinks this is a bad matchup just because they're bad markets and you're thinking about this in an NBA or NFL-centric type of way in that sense, you couldn't be more wrong. This is the perfect matchup for hockey fans.
So I love the clash of cultures. Like when I say I'm talking hockey cultures now, I mean, there's different ways to do it. There's different ways to get there. It doesn't have to be one way. And I love the way that Florida plays. Love it. How could you not? Who wouldn't want their team to be like Florida? Grinding it out, tough, scrappy, cheap. They'll do whatever it takes. I'm rooting for McDavid. I find that guy to be like, if you like sports, he is must watch. He's must watch.
You saw the goal last night.
I did.
Outrageous.
Of course. Yeah. And so, combination of, and the idea of having, I think he might be the most talented player in the history of the game. Gretzky included. I didn't say most accomplished, most talented. So a guy like that, to me, I can wrap my head around getting behind a guy like that.
I'm all Florida, baby. I'm all Florida. I like that team. I like the way it plays. I wish the Bruins were that team. The whole thing. Bunch of dicks skating around out there. And no fluke either. They just sort of proved it. And I like them. Like, I was just looking it up. They're favorite. They're minus 130. I was hoping they were underdogs because I would have pounded it. I'm a big believer in them. And again, Dallas can do a lot of the same things. And you could argue Dallas even has more talent than Florida. But so Edmonton just somehow got through that. So if they can get through Dallas, they should be able to get through Florida. I don't think they will.
Well, just from a goalie aspect, Florida just beat Swayman, who was the only reason the Bruins were, kind of competitive in that series as much as they could be. And then they got
Shesterkin.
Before Shesterkin, they got Vasilevsky with Tampa.
Yeah.
And now they're going to get Stuart Skinner. Like, come on. I'm ultimately rooting for Florida.
Does Edmonton have brown pants?
Yeah, they will by the second game. The Oilers winning with McDavid, that would be great for the game, but I'm pulling for Florida, and I just don't see how they're going to end up losing to Stuart Skinner. They've gone through the gauntlet of tough goalies. Now you get this stiff.
I mean, that Florida team, I think, is so sneaky deep. Maybe not sneaky. Maybe it's just right in front of you, but there's guys skating around on the third, like this Evan Rodriguez. They just got...
He can shoot the puck.
Pretty good little player.
He is. He can shoot the puck.
And he's, the bottom six guy, I think, for them. I don't know exactly what line he's skating on, but he's down their roster. He's down their lineup. Never mind, Bennett, who's a rat, but, he produces. Reinhart had 57 goals last year.
Yes.
And he kills penalties. Like, he's a free agent. I'd be careful with him. I would not go after Sam Reinhart. A great player. I love him. But he's going to get paid off of 57 goals. And I don't know if you can expect that. But either way, great. I think there's just a great deep lineup. I really like their lineup. Obviously, the way they play it's really conducive to Stanley Cup hockey. So I'm just a big believer in that team. Bobrovsky, as long as he keeps his head out of his ass, which he has for all season, is elite goaltending. The coach, to me, is due. I sort of like. I know he can be douchey. But the whole thing, I'm into it. I'm into Florida. So I like him in the series. I like him to watch. The thing about, is it bad for the league? Okay, Edmonton, Florida, those markets, dog food, Dog food. But listen to me. It's not going to matter. It'll matter in the ratings point. So the ratings are not going to be as high because US TV doesn't get Canadian viewership. The Canadians, watch it on Sportsnet or whoever has that contract, or is it CBC, whoever has the contract, is where. So this is going to be on ABC and or just TNT or what? I don't even know.
No, I just think it's ABC.
ABC?
Yeah.
ABC, ESPN, or just ABC? Either way, ABC, ESPN doesn't get any Canadian viewership. So that cuts out half your audience right there. And Florida is a horrible market. It's a horrible sports market. Never mind hockey market. Their ratings suck down there for everything. Okay? So those are bad markets. It's going to reflect in the viewership numbers. But that doesn't. But the net's not going to be any different. You know what I mean, Mazz? Because I'm here to tell you, if it were two classic, traditional, big market teams, if it was Boston and give me the most traditional Western Conference, Chicago, very good, thank you. If it were Boston, Chicago, you're talking about big TV numbers because everyone in Boston and Chicago watches. But Topeka, Kansas, isn't watching. Whether it's Florida, Edmonton, or Boston, Chicago, the most hockey fans watch their team. The hardcores watch everybody, but you watch your team or you don't watch anything. And if you live in freaking Paris, Texas, you don't watch any of it. You don't care if it's Brad Marchand and Patrick Kane or Harold Fenefesi and Guy Strawman. They don't watch it. So what's the difference? If it's Florida, Edmonton, you're not. So what I'm saying is, this doesn't grow the game any more or less. You're either watching or you're not.
That's my point. It's a niche sport now, and I think the league...
It's always been a niche sport.
But they realize it, too. They're not trying to do goofy crap to, try to get, the casual mom in Topeka, like you say, to try to watch this thing. I think they're over it at this point.
You're not... I mean, even... Connor McDavid, come watch the greatest hockey player on the planet right now.
Oh, he won't draw eyeballs.
If you're not a hockey fan,
you won't watch it.
What do you care?
No, you won't watch.
You tell me, the greatest badminton player is playing tonight. I don't give I'm not watching badminton. I don't care if it's the next. You've never seen anything like this in badminton. I'm not watching it. So if you're not a hockey fan, you're not a hockey fan. It doesn't matter if it's Connor McDavid. And it doesn't matter that it's Edmonton. It doesn't matter that it's Florida. Just like it wouldn't matter. Topeka, Kansas is not watching Bruins, Blackhawks. They're not watching Kane and Martin. They don't care. So that whole thing about growing the game, overrated. Don't even think about that. The ABC is going to get fewer eyeballs because Florida is a wretched sports market, never mind hockey market, and they don't get they don't have the benefit of that second U.S. market. Fewer eyeballs, but no net difference to the game, long term or short term. As a hockey guy, and not that I watch a ton, I've watched very little playoffs. I just haven't been able to consume a lot of it. I watched the Saturday night game, Florida Rangers, and a little bit last night. But Florida just chokes you out, and I think Florida's going to choke them out. I'm looking forward to this series.
I'm stunned that Edmonton's in it. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
They have tightened it up kind of through these playoffs. Really now, they've had nights where there are huge lapses, but the majority of the time, and I don't want to say large majority, they've played tighter hockey.
Well, a couple of games
Game
back
7 was what, 3-2, right?
Just watching, you're saying Saturday was
3-2.
The Florida game. Well, the Rangers scored with the goal. It was 2-1.
No, I'm talking about Edmonton.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about something else.
No, that's all right.
Last night was 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. I didn't think Edmonton was capable of winning a Game 7 3-2.
Yeah,
I didn't think they could do it. So, and I just.
Or was it 2-1?
It was 2-1. It was
2-1.
It was
Yeah,
Game 6, by the way, too.
Yeah. So, and a good chunk of the series was like that. So they kind of had to grind a little, which I was pleasantly surprised by. But again, I just would like to see him win. That's purely selfish reason.
When you say he, it's McDavid.
Yes.
I want to see Tkachuk win. Or I do. And it just sort of boldens my wish for the Bruins. Go get his brother. Go get Brady Tkachuk here. I don't know if Ottawa would be a mind to get rid of him. He just signed a big, long extension there. He's got a big 8-year honker of a contract. But, force your way out like your brother did. And I know Matthews' contract was up, and he told Calgary he wasn't re-signing. That's how that all went down, right? Something like that. So Matthew, sort of forced his way out. Is what Brady's going to have to do. But tell Brady to force his way out and get that guy. Trade him. I'd trade him McAvoy and/or Pasternak and bring down Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk's bigger than Matthew. He scores he hasn't quite put up the numbers, but it's close. He's a couple years younger. And wouldn't that be good drama, having Brady going against Matthew?
Is he a center?
He plays center, I think. Of course you'd throw that at me. Now you're going to ask me if he's left shot, right shot.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask you.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's a left wing.
I don't know. Okay, he's a winger, like I said.
Shot.
Okay, left shot, left wing. I guess. I don't know. I don't care. Bring me a Tkachuk. Bring me one of those Tkachuk dicks, and let's go. And let's have those two go at each other. Do you think they'd lay off each other or just the opposite?
Oh, the opposite.
I think they've been trying to electrocute each other since the day they were 6 years old.
Definitely.
Those two.
Can you imagine what those two are like in the backyard?
And the father's probably up there, and
Stick the fork in the socket, boy.
you know what I mean? Bring me one of those Tkachuk boys.
Bring me the Tkachuk a-hole.
Yeah, give me that guy.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.